By day, Peter Roy lives in some of the most expensive neighborhoods in Boston. He lives on the street, that is. At night, he sleeps in a shelter.
Yeah, a lot of rich people live here, and they just throw away stuff like,
At 46, unemployed for years, Roy spends much of his time in places like this, in the alleyways of the Fenway, Beacon Hill, and Back Bay. He picks through trash, hoping to find treasures in what other people throw away.
I came to Massachusetts, and I had a lot of problems, and I wound up to be, homeless. And I started digging through the garbage looking for cans. And through it, because previous in my life I had been in the antique business, and I started finding a lot more than cans.
Peter Roy is one man among a growing legion of homeless people in Boston. Men, women, and children who have somehow fallen through the cracks of society and find themselves living in the shadows, all but ignored. But there was no ignoring this art exhibit at the State House this week, featuring more than 70 paintings, sketches, sculptures, and poems created by Roy and other guests at the Lemuel Shattuck Shelter in Jamaica Plain. Bob Richards is the shelter director.
It's taken away the facelessness of homelessness, that there are actually people who can create these kinds of works, who are individuals. And it's another dimension in terms of understanding people on the street as individuals.
Roy's contribution to the exhibit is this depiction of his life on the street.
It looks like children, or are those supposed to be adults or other homeless?
This particular piece was done rather hurriedly, so they're just little dolls that I found.
Yeah.
You know?
Roy is pleased not only with his own work, but also that of his friends.
I like this particular person's work. I've been asked by him not to mention his name, but I like his free flow, and if you really get close to some of it, you can see there's somewhat comedy in it. You know.
What do you mean exactly?
Well, I mean, you see, this is the Oak Hill Health Club. This is actually the shelter. He's actually looking either at a trailer park or something like the shelter like he'd like it to be.
Today was the last day for the State House exhibit. For Roy and his friends, it was a fleeting moment of recognition for the otherwise anonymous. A brief stop at the top of the hill before descending back to the street.
But I don't want to be depressing in this interview.
Yeah. It's not a depressing situation.
It is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I make the best of it. So I'm not going to stand here in front of you or look at this camera and say, oh, woe is me, I'm homeless. You know, I'm still striving to make the best of what I have.
For the 10 o'clock news, I'm Marcus Jones.